How to become unstuck and change your life forever. You see, a lot of times we are in a moment of time or in a situation where we feel like there's nothing we can do. There's no way out of this situation. But guess what? There's always a way if you look for a way. You see, let's just be honest with each other. Most people aren't really living. They're just repeating yesterday. Same thoughts, same feelings, same actions over and over and over. And nothing's changing until one day they wake up and you're wondering, where did my entire life go? You're 30, you're 20, and 10 summers, you're 30, 10 summers, you're 40. Where did your life go? You see, but here's the truth. You don't have to live that way. In this next hour or so, I'm going to break down some key points for you to break through it and get unstuck. I'm going to show you how to break out of that mental loop that you've been rewired to think. We're going to rewire your mind, and we're going to create a life so different that the old you wouldn't even recognize it. Let's get started, guys. You see, the trap of being stuck is we repeat 90 to 95% of the thoughts that we thought yesterday. You understand that? 90 to 95% of the thoughts that you think today, you thought those yesterday. You see, I used to wake up and check my phone and scroll through emails, maybe even hit the snooze button a couple of times. And, it felt harmless. It's like, hey, I'm just starting my day. But in reality, I was living on autopilot. There was no sense of certainty. There was no natural direction. I was just doing the same things that I was wired to do the day before. You see, I didn't know it then. You see, but my brain was recycling the same patterns every single day. And so my life was recycling the same results, the same patterns, the same results, the same patterns, the same results. So how do you become unstuck? Here's the science about this. You see, your brain wires itself based on repetition. Repetition, what do you mean? Same thoughts create the same feelings and lead to the same behaviors. The same thoughts create the same feelings and lead to the same behaviors, which gives you the same outcomes. So if you're not thinking any differently and there's no action, of course, it's the same thing. It's going to happen over. But guess what? Here's the scary part. Your body actually becomes addicted to those familiar emotions. Stress, doubt, fear, things you're used to feeling. So even when you say, you know what, I want to change, your body will still pull you back into what's familiar. Exactly. Let's think about this for a second. Let's just put the science in this, okay? If 95% of your thoughts today are the same as yesterday, how could you possibly expect a different life? If 95% of the thoughts that you thought yesterday are the same thoughts you have today, how can you have a different life? Obviously, something needs to change. Something has to change in order for you to get different results, right? So what would you say has to change? I would say the first step would be awareness, right? Realizing that, wait a minute, why am I repeating the same things that I did yesterday and the day before? You can't change what you don't see. You see, every day I need you to do one thing. I need you to stop and ask yourself a very important question. What am I thinking? What am I feeling? And do those feelings align with the life I say I want? What do I think? What do I feel? And is that aligned with the life that I say I want? The second thing you have to do is you have to interrupt the patterns. You see, I'll give you a perfect personal example. One day I caught myself saying, I can't do this. And instead of letting that thought, run my day and decide what I should do, I stopped and I said out loud, you know what? I'm learning how to do this. So I'm changing my self-talk. I'm shifting the way I talk to myself. That tiny shift was teaching my brain a new language. Reteach your brain a new language. Oh, I can't do this. No, I haven't learned how to do it yet. You see, that's much different because your brain's always listening. Here's the third thing. You must redesign your identity. Ask yourself, who is my future self? How do they think? How do they feel? And what do they do daily? Every single time you act differently, you're proving to your brain that it's safe to change. Every time you do something differently, you're telling your brain it's okay to change. Every time when you choose in order to have a different life, you have to become a different person. You have to embody that energy of what that person would feel like. So if you want to become unstuck, you have to change who you are. If you want your life to change, you have to change. Listen, guys, change isn't comfortable. I never said it was. Discomfort is the entry fee to change. Discomfort is the entrance fee to change. Guess what, guys? If you feel resistance, good. It's because it's something new. That's your old self trying to survive. If you feel resistant, it is your old self trying to stay alive. But here's the truth. Part of your current identity must die if you want to become someone new. The old you can't live in your body anymore. Listen, I want you to ask yourself a question. What am I willing to let go of in order to get through? What am I willing to let go? The excuses the comfort zone gives you, it's so small, so small. Here's what you know. I remember when I made a decision, and it scared me to my core. I burned a bridge that I've been holding on to for years. And in that moment, my old life collapsed. Who I was collapsed. What I thought I knew of myself disappeared. But in that collapse was the foundation for everything that I have right now. So in order for you to cross over into the river of change and get unstuck and have a new life, you've got to let the old parts of you go. You got to let old relationships go that aren't serving you. You have to let old people, places, and things that are not serving you to your highest good. You've got to let it go if you want to become unstuck. Again, if 95% of your thoughts that you thought yesterday are the thoughts that you're thinking today, what kind of life are you going to live today? You've got to change the way you process. I need you to spend 10 minutes. Take 10 minutes every morning living as your future self in your mind. If I were to have that perfect job, what would that feel like? If I were to live in that neighborhood, what would that feel like? Feel the emotions before the reality exists. Teach your body what success feels like. Teach your body what success feels like. You see, you have to use physical reminders of who you're becoming. And you have to do that mentally and physically. The clothes you wear, the words you use, the habits you repeat. Is this the person that you say you want to be? Is this the kind of person that would be, do, and have what it is that you're doing? When your brain says, I don't feel like it, you can count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, move. Action kills hesitation. Action kills hesitation. So what I need you to do, I want you to start tracking your evidence. Well, Gerald, how do I know if it's working? Well, we're going to make sure it does. We're going to write down every small win that you have. Show your brain proof that change is real. Write things down, especially the evidence when it's working, and show your brain the proof that what you're working on is really happening. It's really transforming your life, and it's really allowing you to break through and cross over into the next part, the next chapter of your life. But you have to get a new school of thought, a new way of thinking. Again, if 95% of your thoughts were the thoughts you thought yesterday, how are you going to have a new life? It's time to cross over. One path is comfortable, but it's the life you already know. It's predictable, it's safe, but it's empty. What's the other path, Gerald? What other choices do I have, Gerald? I'll tell you. The other path you have is it's unknown, it's scary, it's uncomfortable, but guess what? You feel alive. You've never felt this way before. Change and mediocrity don't go together. Your dreams are going to die if you don't change who you are. Your dreams are going to die if you do not change who you are. If you want to change your life forever, you must decide today, not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, but today. Take your time back. Make a decision right now that I'm ready to get coaching. I'm ready to get a personal trainer. I'm ready to start eating healthy. I'm ready to start taking long walks and bike rides and swimming. And I really want to switch who I've become. In order to do that, Gerald, you're going to have awareness. Awareness to interrupt the identity that you've built. And that's daily action with the formula of changing who you are, what you do, and how you talk to yourself. Your self-talk is everything. What are you telling yourself? Listen, if you don't start today, you're teaching your brain that later is an option. If you don't start today, you're teaching your brain that later is an option. There is no later. There is no tomorrow. There's only right now. Do you know if you're going to live until tomorrow? You don't. So act as if you are not. If you're ready to take this step, guess what I've done? because I know this is hard. I've created a coaching program. You can go to geraldfears.com and book your one-on-one session with me, because I know this is hard. I know you've never done this before. I know you've gotten yourself as far as you can go with the level of thinking that you have. And guess what? It's time to let go of the reins and say, hey, Gerald, can you help me see around the corner? Can you help me plan out the next chapter of my life? Because I've done all I can do, but I need some help. Gerald, I've exhausted all of my options, but I need some help. Gerald, I really want to break through and cross over to the other side, to the river of change, and get a new school of thought, but I don't know how. That's why I'm here. How can I help you? How can I coach you? I've already done this for 14 years. I've taught elite tennis athletes. I've taught financial service advisors, teams, and I'm willing, yoga, meditation, mindfulness. I'm certified. How can I help? Guys, do me a favor. If this message resonates with you, if you're tired of being stuck, if you're ready to cross over to the new chapter of your life, go to Fearless Conversations on Spotify, Fearless Conversations on YouTube, Apple. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you turn on your notifications. And let's see if we can't cross you over to the river of change, unstuck, and get you out of repeat and get you over to the next chapter of your life. I'll see you guys soon.